My name is Mariano Biasin. I'm from Argentina. I'm director of the film Sublime, and I had the big pleasure to work along with these two guys, Martin Miller and Teo Inama Chabrando, and with a great crew, with a beautiful person, the producer of the film, Juan Pablo Miller, and the rest of the cast, that they are all very great. And we are very excited and thankful for being here. And I hope we have a great time. And I hope people likes the movie because we really enjoy it making it.
Hay una tormenta en el fondo del océano. Lo sabía, pero me quedé. La quiero ver de cerca. Soy el mar contra las piedras. Soy el barco que sigue ahí en la tormenta. Soy el que prefiere estar cerca.
Viene mi prima.
¿La que te quiere comer?
No, esa es tu vieja.
¿Viene a vivir?
Parece que sí.
Acá. Qué suicidio.
Desde un verano
Hi and welcome to the 36th Teddy Award. My name is Jan-Felix and today I'm here with director Mariano Biasin and his actors Martin Miller and Teo Inama Chiabrando to talk about their film Sublime. Hi and welcome, guys.
Hello, thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the film, actually. I found that Sublime is this very beautiful and very warm film about the friendship of two young boys, and one, Manuel, eventually falling in love with Felipe. I think my first question would be to you, Mariano. How did you come up with the idea for the film? What was your initial thought when you started conceiving it?
I think I wanted to make a coming-of-age story because I had an experience with a short film before, which was in Berlinale in 2016, and I found that genre a nice place to experiment and to make my first steps as a director in feature film mode. So when I started, I wanted to make something similar to the short film, but not exactly the same than the short film. And the first image that I had was a scene that actually is in the film. That is the moment when Manuel wakes up and after a dream, and he starts to understand that there's something changing inside him. and he needs to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of the story of the film is portrayed through you guys, Martin and Theo. And you, by the way, have incredibly big kind of screen chemistry with each other. So my question would be about the casting. I mean, first of all, Mariano, what was important to you when you casted Martin and Theo?
Le voy a traducir a Theo y a Martín. Martín creo que entendió, pero que lo importante, la película tiene se apoya mucho en las actuaciones de ustedes, que tienen una química muy buena. Entonces, él está preguntando cómo fue el proceso de casting, cómo llegan y qué buscaba John en ustedes.
¿Respondes vos?
Yo, sí, primero respondo yo y después ustedes agregan lo que quieran. I will answer, and then maybe they want to add something.
Yeah.
From my point of view, I wanted to. I didn't have a face for the characters, but I knew them before this film even exists because I worked with both of them in different situations. Martin was the lead character of one of my short films, and that was a big pleasure to share with him. And with Theo, I work as assistant director with him in a feature film, and I knew them both. And when I started the process of casting and the auditions, I wanted to include them, but I wasn't sure that they were going to end up being the characters. And I must say that they deserve it. I mean, they made a lot of great efforts, and they have a natural predisposition for the characters. And it was hard. Even there were a lot of great candidates because we made big auditions, long auditions, and we had the pandemic in the middle of the process, so we had to stop for like 1 year. When I decided at the end of the road, I was happy, and I'm very happy now that they were the ones. Martin, what do you say?
I don't know. I think that the most difficult thing of playing Manuel, for me, it was the music. Like, I had to play the guitar, and I didn't know so much, and I have to study guitar and study singing, and it was a difficult thing to me to play the guitar and playing the guitar.
We had a long process. Once they were chosen, to train them to be able to play the scenes that they have to really play because they need to play in the scenes, and in other scenes they can play back the instruments, but they also need to do that right. So they both have to take lessons because they were not musicians. But in the casting, when we were doing the auditions, we had the musician with us, and he was testing probably some little skills that he would catch and use for this rapid process of learning, teaching, and acquiring those skills to look as they were really musicians.
Yeah, and I think that shows really well with both of you, Martin and Theo, that it just comes across as like a very natural way of playing your instruments, and just really, you know, like pop or rock stars kind of playing their instruments, like young people being in the rehearsal room. That's just comes across very naturally. Yeah.
Right. I will translate to Theo.
Yep.
Theo, estuvimos hablando de que para Martín lo más difícil fue la música, la parte musical, aprender, y yo conté cómo fue ese proceso, que hubo muchas clases y demás, que ustedes dos no eran músicos, y él acaba de decir que era muy real, que parecían rockstars tocando en la sala de ensayo y se veía muy bien. ¿Querés decir algo?
Sí, me lo decís.
Sí, yo traduzco o tincho,
dale.
que se anime.
Dale.
He
sí,
wants to say something, so he will speak in Spanish and then we will translate.
Of course.
que sí, que fue muy difícil, sobre todo sonar los cuatro juntos, que solo uno de ellos era el que estaba en la comodidad de la batería, ¿viste? Con Mauro. Y sonar los cuatro juntos que parezca real fue creo que lo más difícil, que después ya la química del grupo está bastante bien ya, en lo que sería fuera de lo musical.
Perfecto. He says that the most difficult part for him was to play together, the four of them, because the only one of them, the drum player, Mauro, was the only one who was really comfortable because he is a drummer. So we were looking for a real drummer because drums is more difficult to train in a few months. But for him was really difficult to make it look like a group. But they had, at the point of shooting, a nice chemistry between the four of them.
Yeah.
Besides music, so and the music was easier thanks to that.
Yeah, and I found that the way Manuel and Felipe connect is through the music, through the rehearsals, but also there's a lot of very intimate scenes in the film. There's sometimes intimate scene between the boys and their girlfriends, like Azul, but also between each other. And I can imagine that those scenes might have been difficult to shoot, or it might have been difficult to create an atmosphere on set that allows for that intimacy. I guess my question would be, how did you do it?
I think I had the same feeling than you, that those were going to be difficult scenes. But they made it so simple and so easy and so like fresh and natural. And it was really funny because when we say cut, they were smiling and making jokes. So it was really smooth and easy for them. I believe. I don't know what they have to say. Martin.
I think that we constructed that scenes like connecting us between our relationships, like at the 1 week or 2 weeks with the four of the band, we were all friends and we had a very good chemistry, and in the scenes, like, it was demonstrated that chemistry, it was connected with the acting, and it was really fun and very fun to film with friends.
Yeah, so it felt a little bit like playing together with a family, sort of, with a group. Beautiful, yeah.
Teo nos estuvo preguntando sobre las escenas más íntimas, porque si bien tienen escenas grupales, las escenas con Azul, o bueno, en tu caso las escenas con Tincho, como si fueron difíciles de filmar. Yo lo que respondí es que fueron muy fáciles, muy simples, que nos divertimos haciéndolas, pero bueno, ¿qué se te ocurre a vos?
No, que sí, que fueron fáciles, o sea, obviamente todo tiene una dificultad, pero que funcionó muy bien, que no nos costó, es como que estamos fluyendo muy bien, simplemente eso.
Teo says that the scenes of intimacy were really easy for him and for them. Of course, there is always some, they have to concern about things like how they look in the camera, things like that, but they were very connected and it was very fluid and really simple to do for them, for him.
Yeah. And could I just ask you, Martin and Theo, what it was that kind of got you hooked on the characters in the first place? Something that interested you, that made you say, okay, I want to play this character, I want to be Manuel, or I want to be Felipe?
Ahora sí no entendí.
Te traduzco. ¿Entendiste? No, él le está preguntando qué cosas del personaje te engancharon cuando llegó el momento de decir, sí, quiero ser Felipe o quiero ser Manuel.
¿Te puedo responder?
Sí.
A mí lo que más me gustó de Felipe es justamente eso que tiene con Manuel, de la amistad desde chico, que también me pasa en lo personal, o sea, en la vida mía, que sos esos amigos de siempre, ¿viste? Y encima compartir la música, que es algo que a mí me encanta, por más que no lo haga, me convenció mucho.
For Theo, the hook was this kind of friendship that he shares, that Felipe shares with Manuel, because he feels that in his life too. He has very good friends since they are really young, really children, and that they share something in specific, like music, because he loves music. He doesn't play music, but he loves it. And to have this kind of connection with a friend, it was very attractive to him.
And for me, I think that the same as Theo, and like the discover of this new love for Felipe, like the difficult, like how he discovers this love, and it was very difficult to Manuel for discovering this thing of his friend, because they were friends for life, and it is very shocking to the character, this love that he has for him.
Yeah, of course, it's a kind of big sort of break after years of friendship, and then just kind of this whole thing kind of turning into something very different. And I think that the film shows that really beautifully from the start on, because you have that image of the birthday party in which Manuel waits for Felipe to arrive, and before he arrives, he's kind of miserable, he's sad, and after his arrival, he's just kind of all up in joy and blowing out the candles and everything, and that's just a very beautiful start for the film. I think also concerning the music, I mean, there's so many beautiful words to the music, like I got stuck halfway, I didn't know if I have to wait or better run away. There's so many beautiful lyrics. How did you compose that, and how did you kind of rehearse it?
That was a long process. The musician of the film, the composer, and who also is the one who is been beside me and beside them, training them during the pre-production and in the shooting, supervising their playing and asking for another take because it doesn't look real, that the hand goes like that. And he's been in all the details. He came out with references at the beginning of how this band should sound, the kind of music, the kind of melodies. And he prepared some demos, and we started together to think how the lyrics should be for this band, because we didn't want it to be very specific for the film, like this song is trying to explain what the character is feeling, but it's also in a way what flows through him in that moment of the film. There are several songs that exist before this feeling comes out, and it's the universe of they as characters when this situation wasn't there. And for me, the most challenging one to conceive was that one that Manuel is writing in the film, and this long sequence that you recall with this part of Me quedé en la mitad, no sé si tengo. That song was the result of many stages of process. First, Emilio with the composing and some ideas, then I had to put the words of the characters, and then when we showed the song to them, when they were learning the songs, they had some input in the lyrics because they had maybe some suggestions that sounded better for their ages or their characters. So it was a group, a teamwork, long and enjoyable, and And we all learn a lot
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah. And actually, that would be my question also to Martin and Theo. You have been actors for a while now. Could you describe to me what kind of new experiences there were shooting Sublime?
Dijo si fue una experiencia nueva.
Ustedes ya tienen experiencia como actores. Él está preguntando qué sensación nueva, qué aprendizaje nuevo les trajo filmar esta película, Sublime.
Para mí, o sea, yo nunca había hecho algo más protagónico, entonces fue mucha responsabilidad y me enseñó mucho también lo que es trabajar en un grupo y en un grupo tan cálido que nunca, o sea, había tenido buenos grupos, pero nunca tan familiar como sería esto. Y nada, fue una experiencia muy linda que disfruté un montón, no solo como actor.
Okay, he's saying that he never made such a big character because he was playing like minor characters, and this is the first time as a lead character, and he felt a lot of responsibility, but it made it easier for him to have this connection with the group. Like we were a family. Mm-hmm. He found it easier to work as an actor, but also for his as a person.
Yeah. Okay.
And for me, I think that like before filming, I thought it was going to be like really nervous and scared about filming a film. But the first 3 days of shooting, I was really happy, and it was a group. It was like a family filming, and we were all very connected, and it was very happy, the place, the ambient, and I don't know, it was really fun experience.
And I can kind of see the responsibilities that you speak of, and that kind of nervousness that you must have felt. But at the same time, I feel like it's a complete success in both of your roles. Like they are fleshed out characters, and they played together like very, very beautifully, all brought together by your direction, Mariano. And I think it's gonna be a big success at the Berlinale.